right now. It begins. What's up,
What
ladies and gentlemen? How's it going? With me, name yourself.
Sdzamarron?
Yeah, you know him. He's a pretty good friend of ours. Everybody knows him pretty well. Today we're going to talk about the issue with Fire Emblem and Nintendo.
Yeah, what me and JT wanted to do real quick was just give our thoughts about how we feel about the censorship of this game. Other people on YouTube have talked about it. I know Mundane Matt has talked about it, and other people, but me and JT were gonna go over some stuff we came across though. That it just seems like JT, there's a lot of problems going on. We have a lot of fans speaking out on Twitter and Facebook, but we also have people, I'm sure you've noticed on Twitter and
Yeah,
Facebook, wherever you go, it just seems like people are not getting the hint of what's going on. You know, we have apologists also too, of course, defending the company.
yeah. There's
And
a lot of Nintendo fans that are really big fans. They want this game to come to the U.S. badly because they want to play another Fire Emblem game, and it's understandable they feel that way. But there's also the other issue about the game being censored.
yes, there's that too, but I just think what a lot of these people don't realize is, a lot of these apologists or people or elitists to these companies, oh God, I wish I could really wake these people up, and it's really sad how some people are just letting companies or people in these companies just walk all over them. And honestly, I don't know who's working at Nintendo or whatever, or I don't know why in this industry there's companies that are hiring people that don't even love video games. They don't at all. And they're just
Yeah,
getting all these people
here's
that
here's the thing right now these days. Right now in Japan, they're doing this with the anime community as well. If if you're not into anime, they hire you because they don't want the otaku to be hired into the company because they are really uh, they have a really big stigma about otaku working in an anime company.
yeah, and just unfortunately, me and GT, we've just come across some things, and today I'll talk about what happened to me. I'm not gonna go too long about it though, but recently, if anyone was following me on Twitter, I go by Sdzamarron. I spoke my opinion about how I felt about Fire Emblem, and you'll find the tweet too. JT will put the link to Nintendo's tweet. So Nintendo talked about a DLC coming out for Fire Emblem Fates. But when you go in the thread on Twitter, you're going to see lots of fans. A lot of people have the right to complain, and a lot of people have the right to speak their opinion. And of course, a lot of people, it's not really Gamergate related, but people, you know, are, mad and upset because their game was being censored. And it feels like that these people in these companies are doing it on purpose just to piss off people. And when Mundane Matt made a video, I don't know if you got to watch it at all,
No, I
JT.
haven't watched it.
Well, when Nintendo put out a statement, it was really like a pathetic statement. It was just like more excuses. I just wish I had that statement in front of me though. But practically, what happened on Twitter was I voiced my opinion with a lot of fans with Fire Emblem. Like my tweets, I told them, hey, this isn't such a good idea. This doesn't, what you're doing, it's not going to help you make money. It's going to help you lose money. I put that out, and I complained that the people in your company, they don't care about the gamers. They're not gamers, and I put out several tweets. I can't go through all of them though, but practically I voiced my concerns, and lots of people agreed with what I had to say. I got some retweets and favorites, but the one thing I came across is there's certain people that are just letting these companies or these, you know, I don't know who's working at
Yeah.
Nintendo, but there are certain people working in these different companies that aren't gamers. You could say SJWs or whatever, and it's just kind of like sad to me. I feel like, I'm doing so much to explain about what's going on and what happens. Some people on Twitter, they called me and others whiners and complainers, and one guy said, "Oh, it's a good thing that this game is getting censored." To all these people that are being apologists, you guys really need to wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah, because a lot of it kind of, the issue is kind of like localization. This has been done many times. I know this for a fact that Nintendo has a reputation of doing this with games. They have done this in the past with, let's just say, one of my favorite games that and I didn't even realize it was censored. One was Go 13 Lost Episodes.
Right.
It was actually one of the, I believe that was one of their, you said, you even mentioned to me that it was the first one that they censored in history out of Nintendo. And I played that game. It was fun. And of course, I didn't have a problem with the fact that I didn't realize that they censored the part where the woman was naked in that game.
Oh wow, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, and also the blood in that game too. They actually censored that out too. And I remember playing that game, and I remember when I was like about, I don't know, 8 or 9. I remember doing the whole. I think it was like six. I think, I don't know, 6 or 7. I remember playing that, and I remember shooting. Like, there was a scene where you had to assassinate someone on a helicopter and shoot them in the head. That was like, for a kid growing up playing that game, I didn't even realize I was doing something wrong, but I didn't really consider it wrong. It was just normal to me. It was just a game. Because I know that, because a lot of people can tell the difference between reality and fantasy, and luckily, cartoon shows actually did educate that emphasis of telling kids, hey, this is not real, this is fantasy. And I could tell this was not real. It was just a video game, and that was all. But I seem to notice that there is a problem with SJWs trying to advocate for that these games should be censored and try to help, you know, virtual women who don't even exist. But I, I noticed that they don't help actual women. They just help virtual women
Yeah.
who are being victimized in the game, which is a part of the storyline, and they don't bother to discuss the issue of real women are being victimized.
Right.
They just bring up the fact that women are being victimized in virtual reality, which is not real. It's not real. It's just a game. It's just fantasy. It's made up. You have to tell the difference between what's real and what's not real, and that's the biggest problem with these so-called people. They probably never grew up knowing what's real and what's not real on the concept of reality.
Of course, like I came across their Facebook page. You can
Well,
Well, there's just comments and comments and comments. Just people, are upset, and I feel like people have the right to be upset. But it's just like the problem I'm seeing from my eyes is it's good that we have people speaking out, but the problem is there's people that are just being apologists, turning a blind eye.
I know,
Guys,
I know.
and it's like, guys, this is the same thing that has happened with DOA. Like, guys, if you don't, this is what you guys got to realize. I'm talking to people that are just apologists or fanboys. Hopefully, you guys can listen to me. Guys, if you guys continue to let these people walk all over you, you're gonna have another DOA X3 incident. You're not gonna get any games at all. And this is like what's happening is you guys got to keep in mind that when these people, these localization teams, come in and they ruin the games, has it ever occurred to your guys' mind that maybe they're doing this on purpose so the game either doesn't exceed or it wants to pander to people? And let's be
Yeah,
honest, Fire Emblem has a niche audience. It's not a bad game series, it's a very niche audience. And really, when you think about it, what is the point to censor the game? Like, casual people don't play this game at all. Who
yeah,
plays it? The hardcore gamers, the JRPG people are more likely to play this game. Anime fans. Those are the type of people that would play this game.
yeah. And the thing is that they're trying their best to make a game, and then they find out, oh, that this would might hearing from somebody giving their opinion on the game, saying, oh, this might be offensive to other people. Like, who's gonna buy it and not care about it? That's the question. Are you gonna have a journalist write this whole issue about, oh, this game's very offensive, blah blah blah? No, actually, that won't cause any problems because people would rather buy a game that would be interesting. Like, for example, the biggest example of a game that had controversy back then was, from what I remember, it was, let's see, it was Fable.
Mhm. Yeah,
Fa-
Fable.
Fable actually had controversy over the gay marriage issue. A lot of people were upset with that, and it brought a lot of, but it didn't really affect their sales. It actually sold pretty well. It became a successful game after that. Even
Hmm.
with that controversy, Nintendo should learn a thing or two from third party developers that even if controversy happens to them and gives them a bad label, it would help them make money. But the problem is they don't see it that way because they see it as, well, we rather be, the clean and friendly type of company that people would buy our games from.
Yeah.
And I understand
Uh,
how they are. It's kind of how they want to be. They want to bring this because if they're concerned about this whole issue, they could have, put like a family lock chip on it or something like that.
yeah. Oh, Jesus. Let's read this comment real quick on the. It'll be real quick. This is
Okay.
from an apologist. On the Facebook page. It's by a guy named Refugio Rubles. I can't pronounce his name. Nintendo, you did the right thing censoring the petting. As a veteran fan, thank you. I was worried about the direction that Fire Emblem was going in. I will now buy both versions of Fates. I am a fan of Fire Emblem, not Waifu Emblem. Okay,
What?
what is that supposed to mean? Okay,
Waifu is kind of a reference to the girls
yeah. But
because
okay, to this, yeah, I was just gonna say to this guy, dude, what does it matter? Okay, so let me get this straight. If they didn't censor anything, you would have bought it anyways. Why are you happy that they censored the game? So you're practically saying, hey guys, it's okay that you took portions out of the game. Guys, this is the problem. These apologists are allowing these companies and these people to ruin the game. It's people like this that are giving a bad image. And real quick, before we go on, JT, I'm going to read these two tweets I got from
go
these
ahead,
apologists on Twitter.
go ahead.
Okay, let's hear the first one from a guy named Kem Cumbratch. No one wants intelligent systems fetish garbage. Nintendo of America saved the game by throwing that junk in the trash. So basically, you're trying to tell me that you think that these people in these companies that are not gamers that are, taking portions out of the game, you think it's a good idea for these people to literally come in the company and censor your game, and it's the best move for Nintendo of America for the whole
Here's
audience.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um,
It,
back then, Nintendo always had been this way. They always had to
yeah,
do this because they weren't. They Sega actually did this. Sega wasn't
right.
like Nintendo, but it's a shame that they got out of the um, the
Console
console
war.
wars a
Yeah,
long time ago because they actually did a lot more. They actually created a lot more games that actually had minorities in them. Like I remember a game particularly on the Sega Saturn that they did was called Burning Ranger,
right.
which actually played that actually had a diverse cast. Same with Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage actually had a, even though it was a beat 'em up, it actually had diverse characters, and of course, Alien Syndrome actually had female characters. Lady, I think it was Ninja Princess was another one that they made, but they actually renamed it to Nightshade. They
Oh
brought
yeah.
they Gun Valkyrie actually had a female character.
Right, right, right.
There's a lot of games that are in the Sega library that possibly had female characters in them. Some of them
Yeah,
were not objectified. Some of them were just some of them were just characters. And the problem is that I don't think some of these people are aware of these games existing or even bother
no.
to research any of this stuff because they honestly, Nintendo actually, you know what Nintendo did?
What they do?
They censored a game after that. Whenever there's something wrong with the game that they think is offensive in another country, they have to censor it. Same with what they did with Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that happening at that time too.
Yeah, because it's kind of sad, but Sega actually did a lot more for gamers, but it's a shame that they just disappeared.
I do think I felt like Sega was a bit. Yeah, when I do look at it back in the day in the 90s, I do think that Sega was a bit edgier at times.
Yeah, and it's
Though
just
then,
and it's just that the sad part is they had a, and the thing was Sega had Nintendo had a lot more games going for them back in the '90s with the Super NES. The same with NES. They had a lot more games. That's the reason why Nintendo got popular because they offered a lot of more games. But
yes, that's right.
the thing is that Nintendo had a lot of problems with their systems, and it's like, I don't feel that they could manage with what they had, but they were lucky. They were fortunate enough to have people that support them enough that they really like their games. They're fortunate. They actually have made a lot of difference with a lot of people's lives with their games, and it's just a shame that they have to censor some of these things for a different audience from another country because they feel
Yeah,
that it might offend people. It's understandable, but
yeah,
they have to do it because, well, they don't want to upset people. But at the same time, you have people that are upset for stupid reasons about something that would piss them off in that game. And it's like
right.
I don't think I can understand that issue, but at the same time, you got people that they better have a legitimate reason to censor that thing. Otherwise, it's just going to cause more problems.
Yeah, and along with that too, I think while the censorship problem was going on, I'm gonna see if I can find the tweet real quick. But Play Asia put out a tweet recently talking to people. So I do believe that Nintendo systems in America have the, what is it, the region code
Yeah, they always
locked.
do. They always did.
Yeah, they always do, unfortunately. So
But there's many ways to bypass it too. But
Yeah, you can bypass it though. I'm not quite sure how you would be able to take it off the region codes off, but I know that on Play
um,
Asia,
they actually
they
have they actually have the adapters, the universal adapters, but it's kind of rare looking for them because I couldn't find a US version of it.
yeah. But I'm sure you guys are aware though, but even though guys that this game is censored in America, you can actually purchase this game on Play Asia. You can get the Japanese version. It's gonna have everything on it too. And there's some I'm looking at right now. Hold on, I'm gonna send you this link in the group chat, JT,
Okay.
so you know what I'm talking about. But Play Asia put out a tweet. They did talk a little bit about the censorship that Nintendo's pulling with this game, though. But practically, Play Asia said, "Hey guys, if you don't like what this company's doing, you can just get the game from us." And here's the thing, guys: if you guys don't have a Nintendo 3DS or want to get a 3DS import from Japan, you can do so from Play Asia because
Yeah,
what they're
you can, and also
yeah,
there's other places that you can get it from. eBay, for example.
yeah,
eBay's another one. I found a lot of interesting stuff down there too.
yeah.
Amazon does it. If you want to import games, I can tell you where you can get it. I know that what's his name used to do this. What's his name? What was his name? Oh yeah, Justin Carmichael, aka you can watch his videos on this because he can
Oh,
tell you how to do it too.
oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, yeah, it's bad.
Jew Wario,
Yeah,
but
Jew Warrior. Yeah, I
he died.
remember.
He committed suicide, but he was a really big lover of imported games, and you can actually buy like a I found like a uh, Nintendo Famicom system,
Oh yeah, I remember those.
and you can actually buy those. But there's also a way you can actually play them on HDTVs. You have to go through a certain channel to do it, or AVF cable, or AV
Yeah,
cable to
yeah.
play them. Yeah,
There are good games that came out for the Famicom. There's a good Godzilla game that came out a long time ago. Really, really great stuff. But real quick, I wanted to bring this up though on Play Asia's site. If you do get Fire Emblem Fates, what they have is they have the Nintendo 3DS Fire Emblem 3DS edition cover, which really looks good. So you get the special edition cover 3DS of Fire Emblem and the game with it though, which is
yeah,
only $224.99. That's really not that bad. Though I mean you're getting the 3DS and the game with it though, but it's a
yeah,
Japan import though, so
yeah,
honestly, guys, if that's the only way to, support the Japanese, of course, good luck trying to get read it. But honestly, I think what would be best though is when the English version comes out. Let's be honest, guys. There's gonna be people probably playing it on Twitch or YouTube. There will be people uploading videos of it. So you guys could always maybe follow the Let's Play videos, learn what they're doing, and do whatever it is you have to do in the Japanese version just to
yeah.
get by in the
The
game. I think that's the
Japanese
best bet.
playing a Japanese game is like playing Braille. You're basically reading Braille from it, and it's easily. I remember playing Japanese games, and the only way I actually played Japanese games was PlayStation, the
Oh
original play.
yeah.
I actually downloaded. My first import game was a Char's Counterattack for PlayStation, and I actually bought an action replay for it. And I actually hooked it up to the back of the PlayStation, and I just remembered the little technique that you had to do for it. You had to swipe disc for it in order to and you had to put this pin in the into the into the CD case, and you just open it up and take it out because it had the little button thing that you could press down on it with the little pit with that little spring.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I used to remember that too back in the days. It was fun to do, but it's a shame that a lot of you don't find those anymore. And I'm surprised that that right now PlayStation right now you can play imports. You can actually because they don't have region lock on them, except for videos, except for DVDs and Blu-rays. That's region locked.
Yeah, region. I know lots of people have complained about region lock in the past. Um, yeah, I was also gonna say there is an operation going on. I don't even know if people are familiar what's going on, but it's in Gamergate HQ. If feel free, guys, if maybe you would want to look into it called Torrential Downpour. So there's a little operation going on, and I don't know if anyone has heard, but there's some stuff going on with Nintendo. A staff member from Nintendo Treehouse. I heard though. I don't know everything that's going on, but I'm sure you heard a little bit about it
Yeah,
too,
I heard
JT.
about
That
it. I seen the tweet. She basically said we need to go educate ourselves. But I love that witty reply that someone did that trolled her. And it was kind of
oh my
funny. Yeah, it was just ridiculous how that person just went and made fun of that comment and just it was
but yeah, but it's like these people in these in these companies, guys, if you ever noticed when these people come out on Twitter, it kind of when they say bad things about gamers, it kind of makes you really question how did these people get a job in these companies? Like
yeah.
really, guys,
Yeah,
it's
and
just something you guys should look into, though.
yeah, and
Honestly.
this so happens to be. Let me see if I can get it on the monitor here. This happens to be the girl in question that everyone was talking about. Queer girl, feminist person, conspirator in Nintendo American Treehouse, previously seen in Gamer Informer and Extra Life for Kids. Gara's Opinions My Own, which she lives in Seattle, and she actually has an Amazon registry wish list.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Hopefully, people don't buy stuff for her after that
yeah,
shit she
yeah.
said.
There's also more. Let me look for it because I know there was another one that she mentioned this. There was a person that did some witty replies to her, and this was the one I believe that they did to her. Let me see, because this was the comment that she said. If you want to have an intelligent conversation about games, and I know that she said combos.
Oh
She,
my God!
yeah, you need to educate yourself on life and intersectional social issues totally outside of games. Yeah, I'm just looking at this like this person made some witty replies with an anime avatar calling I think it's I cleaner or something like that. I know the person says I know right. Most important thing about Mario Maker is the subliminal criticism of casual racism and slavery.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
and in order to talk about Smash 4, you have to know about rape culture because the meteor smashing is literally rape.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
There was another one, and it continues on. A man, I love Yoshi's new home. Yes, but do you know about the glass ceiling? And I don't know what that references to, but but it's kind of hilarious. Dude, have you seen the new Pokemon that was revealed? Repercussions of colonialism are still relevant in the modern day America. And here's another one. Here's another one. Unfortunately, she blocked the person, but it was funny as hell. We all
Oh
knew
my!
that it was just a matter of time, but I'm honestly surprised it took this long.
Oh,
It's hilarious. Yeah, this is posted on Tumblr, and this was the screenshots that happened to be in there. I don't blame the girl for doing this, but she really was asking for it.
yeah, you kind of just don't want to piss off the niche audience that buy. the company's products. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
Right
just
now,
never.
right now, I'm looking at the PlayAsia website.
Yeah, that's like people working at Funimation, not appreciating anime fans or the anime culture, pissing off their audience.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure Funimation's pissed off their fans in the past, here and there though, but like it just seems like with what's going on in Nintendo, it's just such a big issue just with this game, honestly.
yeah. Because if you really want the Fire Emblem game, go ahead and get it. If you really are a big, huge fan of the series, you can either get the Japanese version if you want to. We're not saying you can. If you really want to buy the other game, it's up to you. We're not going to force you, we're just telling you the issue that we have with it. And the thing is that to everyone, you need to understand this is kind of a big problem. It's not against the women or anything like that. It's just there are people out there that are relatively really crazy and insane. And you may look at us as crazy, but we're trying to tell you guys that these people may have good intentions, but not everyone has those good intentions, as you would
No.
believe, because what happened was a lot of people had issues with certain um, like people were cheering for the fact that a game was was never coming to America, but when it came to a cartoon show that was censored, they got upset about it.
Yeah, I do. I do
Yeah.
remember that though. I did come across this post. I think it was the post that was from the Twitter account I came across. Think I finally found it. But what this post on 8chan is saying real quick, I'm gonna try to be as brief as fast as I can so we
Hmm.
can like move on. But it just says like honestly, buy the Japanese copy, save and or screen cap the receipt. Send a physical letter to Nintendo of Japan with the picture enclosed. Also enclose a brief, polite letter stating just why you imported over buying domestic. I'm trying to understand that post.
Hmm.
Have that shit translated to them. Yeah, this is 8chan thread, so don't mind me reading. It's their culture through a trusted translator, so your backup letter doesn't read like Kachiwa. Oh my goodness, I can't pronounce this
Kanji.
post. Yeah, it's like kanji, but I think this guy is trying to say, yeah, guys, if you're gonna, buy the Japanese game, just screen cap the receipt and like email Nintendo of Japan, like I guess just translate it on Google Translate it. Just like tell the Japanese, hey,
It's
we
not that
bought this
accurate.
game. Yeah, but then again, it's not accurate though. But what this guy's basically trying to say is tell the Japanese that hey, you guys appreciate their games and just let them know that hey, over here on the West, there's problems. This is what the post is practically is trying to boil down to, and just say, yeah, we're gonna stick with you guys. There's also the petition too with the 1 million gamers strong. To I think it's still going on. I'm not too sure. But practically, we're just trying to, like, let the Japanese know that we still care about their work, that we respect their artwork, and we support their freedom to create and have fun. Their games, they shouldn't have to be scared or be censored or have their voices silent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, because a lot of people want the Japanese version of Street Fighter, which comes in Japanese, but you can also I believe you can get it in English as well, because they have an
but
international version of it, I believe.
oh yeah, that's true though.
Yeah, because a lot of people were talking about Street Fighter censorship issue. If you really feel that the game is not good, uh, for for the U.S. version, go buy the Japanese version as well, because that's also another problem that people are having too.
Yeah. But yeah, it just seems like these people that are censoring the game on purpose it just seems like that they're trying to appease to these journalists and everyone, a lot of people, you guys got to keep in mind these journalists at Polygon or Kotaku or whatever, you got to keep in mind these guys aren't the audience. We're the audience. We're the ones paying the money, not the journalists.
Yeah,
They're just getting the copies to review the game to talk about it. These let's be honest, these people should not be representing the gamer culture. Like Kotaku and Polygon. These guys, if you guys keep
I
track of their track records, they don't have a good track record
yeah,
with
because
game.
I'll be honest with you guys. If I don't understand anything about the culture of anything, I would ask. I would ask questions about it, but I wouldn't try to backstab people for that, because then it would be a problem. I know that people want respect for what they do, and sometimes it's harder to say, like, for example, Nintendo, for example. Yeah, it's harder to tell people that Nintendo is doing this because they feel that they're trying to protect their own interest in helping kids, you know, because they'll probably make that argument. Think of the children thing. It's like it didn't stop them from making uh, um, Mother, or Earthbound as they call it. It didn't stop them from making that game, and yet they translated it as they could, as best they could with what they had at the time, and managed to make that game happen. But the thing is that it wouldn't matter either way. Try to tell people that it's just a game, and I understand that if you want to buy the game, it's up to you. But
Yeah, or honestly, just feel free to share your opinions, make videos about it on YouTube. That's what many other people are doing. Like I know Monday Matt made a video. There's a few other videos on YouTube. I'm sure they're talking about the issue going on though.
yeah, right now I'm doing a collection of NES games, even and that even includes imports. Even if I have to buy an adapter just to play these games, I will. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to collect them and also possibly sell some as well, because I know that
Oh,
people.
actually, real quick, I didn't know he made a video. Actually, let's put a plug out for event status. He made a video, I guess, about Fire Emblem Fates 12 hours ago. So if you guys are watching this, feel free to watch Event Status's
Yeah, and
videos. He's a very
I will link it down below if I have to.
Yeah, go ahead and link it down. I mean, he's going to talk about other issues in gaming, but he's a good guy though. He's usually been an advocate for consumers and gamers. He's just a very outspoken person though, which
Yeah,
I give lots of respects to though. So be sure you check out his video though
yeah.
too.
I'm gonna go ahead and we got 2 minutes, and we'll cut this off.
Yeah, and I guess there's one more video. I guess it's called. I think they've been around on YouTube. It's called Censored Gaming. It's called Petting Minigame. But yeah, the YouTube channel. It's just going. I guess these guys. I've came across them in the past, but they go over video games that have been censored. Though, so just check that video out. They put out a video about well, they just put it out recently though, so this is news to me and JT. They just put it out 2 hours ago, so just check out Censored Gaming's video and check out Event Status's video though. But we just wanted to give our honest thoughts about Fire Emblem Fates though.
Yeah,
I just yeah,
we're just
feel like
trying.
it's not right what they're doing. Honestly,
We
guys, if you want to support it, I would recommend just supporting the Japanese and not even bother with these American localization companies. I'm a passionate person. I'm into anime and games though, but I just feel like these people in these companies, what they're doing, not
It's
going to help them make
dishonest.
money.
It's
But it's
dishonest.
dishonest too, and they didn't even ask their fans. They just did it.
Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to us. Hopefully, you guys can understand what's going on. Anyways, goodbye.
Take care, guys.
Take care.